Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Varixis here. I am back on the face of the planet. This is probably going to be a thing until probably forever, honestly, where I will just fall off the planet because some life changes have happened, and then I will come back to my channel whenever I damn well feel like it. I make no money off of this. I do this simply as a hobby, so I feel no need to stick to a rigid schedule as though my financial life depended on it. Anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about today. Today we're here to talk about an interesting thing that cropped up, and it has nothing to do with shark fighting. This is about a new topic that cropped up on the community forums by Baby Cat called An Introduction for Maneater. Now, I'm not going to read this whole post, but I do need to touch on a little bit of a backstory here. Digital Confectioners had a little bit of a tiff, I'll call it, to be kind, between it and the former creative director of Depth named Alex Quick. Basically, they squabbled for a little bit. Updates to the game stopped until that was taken care of. That was back in 2016, I think, shortly after I joined the game. And the end result was Digital Confectioners completely owns Depth and all of its assets. Now, Alex Quick went off to go do his own thing, and it looked like the split was fairly benevolent. It looked like there was no ill will harbored on either side, and this post kind of confirms that, because they are essentially quietly promoting Alex Quick's new game in his new venture. The game is called Maneater, and it is essentially built as a single-player version of Depth, where you play a shark. Now, Digital Confectioners is very quick to point out that this has nothing to do with Depth or its universe. However, it still uses some of the assets of Depth, and so it's very, as they say, it's very easy to see why people might think it is part of the Depth universe. But, as they say, again, projects by Digital Confectioners and Blindside Interactive are completely unrelated. That said, because they're putting a small spotlight on it, I imagine that they have given this the go-ahead, and they are not going to really fight anything on it. As a matter of fact, they seem to be promoting it, so which is fantastic. Because this isn't really something that steps on Digital Confectioners' toes, and so I'm very happy to see that they're letting this, what's essentially a mod, even though it's built on Unreal Engine 4, go forward. Now, if you take a look at the ModDB or IndieDB pages for Maneater, there's a little blurb here that says, and I love this blurb actually, "You were cut from your mother's body and left to die in the unforgiving waters of the Gulf Coast. Your only tools are your wits, your jaws, and an uncanny ability to evolve as you feed. Anything and everything is on the menu, provided you are able to kill it before it kills you." And so basically they're taking a single-player experience and building the mechanics of Depth sharks into a single-player experience. So I imagine, and what it looks like in some of these pictures here, is that you're going to find creatures or people and devour them and make evolutions and just become a bigger and bigger hard-ass. And I imagine it's probably got a really weird animal revenge plot tied to it. So we'll see how that goes. But the game looks very, very interesting, and as a matter of fact, it actually looks really, really good. I'm actually going to post a picture up here, a little bit of a spoiler alert here, because there are some dead shark bits kind of here. This actually looks really good, and considering it's on Unreal Engine 4, I can't really blame it. But we'll flick up a couple more pictures here, and that's obviously the battle-scarred tiger skin from Depth. So that may be a placeholder. It could be the actual in-game show. But I'm very interested to see where this crops up. How they're going to put forward the story. How they're going to put forward new mechanics if they do. So I'm keeping my eye on this little project, and it will be great. And depending on how I feel about the project moving forward, I may even stick my toe in and apply for the community manager position. Who the hell knows? Because if that was a job for me, that would be something that would force me to do more updates more often. So that would be good for everybody, I think. Anyway, I'm just going to throw that out there. I'm going to leave a link to the ModDB base below in the description. Tell me what you guys think. Are you interested in this? Does it seem like a blatant ripoff? Would you be interested in purchasing it if it worked its way on Steam or some other retail outlet? Let me know down below. And other than that, I'm going to get back in the water. We've still got more sharks to slay in the name of Team White Tip. So I will see you guys in the water. Bye-bye.
It can't be bargained with. It can't be reasoned with. It doesn't feel pity, or remorse, or fear, and it absolutely will not stop, ever!